So Christmas Day is obviously all about eating, but what do you have for breakfast? It's a conundrum. You want something that's going to keep you going, but that's not going to leave you too full for the main event, which is of course the turkey and all the trimmings later. Claire, not often I say this.
I have the answer.
She does.
I have the answer. Because what I love in the morning is, especially a treat morning, is like pain au chocolat or croissant, but there's nowhere open on Christmas morning. So why don't you make, not your own croissant or pain au chocolat, but you'll make your own cinnamon wreath.
Easier than it sounds.
Sounds terrifying. It's actually really easy. Your whole kitchen smells of cinnamon.
So Christmassy.
You channel perfection and everyone loves you that little bit more. So to start, I'm going to make the dough. What you need is some lukewarm milk, sort of blood temperature, and then you just add the yeast. I've got some fast action, a sachet of fast action yeast here. And actually before I do that, I'm going to put in the tablespoon of sugar. In it goes. And then what I want is for the yeast to sort of take action and start...
Take action, stop fooling around.
Go on. So whilst that is happening, I am going to put the plain flour in a bowl. Oh, this is tricky. So tricky. Then I'm going to put in some melted butter. And this is probably the trickiest bit, and I'm really going to try not to mess it up. Actually,
she often does mess it up.
I'm going to lose you there.
Are you sure?
Can I have the yolk?
Just the yolk?
Just the yolk.
Oh, there's the dog barking at the sound of an egg.
Plop. And then I'm going to put the milk in.
And how long does this have to sit for?
You need to wait for about an hour, or until it has doubled in size.
Could you do it the night before and leave it in the fridge?
It's funny you should say that, Lucy.
Is it?
Because that's exactly what you can do. And then you can bake it in the morning. You know, so breakfast is on the table at a decent time.
And the Christmas morning is spent opening all your presents from your sister, Claire.
Yeah.
What are you getting me this year?
Oh, you know, some socks. What are you going to get me?
Diamond ring.
No. We're going to spend Christmas Day together, but not until about 12 o'clock.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Don't over-ask yourself.
10 o'clock, I thought. You know it's done when it's pulled together, it's quite smooth, and the more you knead it, nothing's really happening. When you prove it, make sure that it's somewhere warm. I mean, it doesn't have to be really warm, not above a radiator or anything, but just not outside or in the fridge.
Not outside. Good tip.
I don't know what your cooking technique's like. An hour has passed.
Can I cook it?
No, that's my job. I get to do that. I don't trust you. See, I know her. I know her. I know exactly what she does. I'll get her back, don't worry.
It's a good ride.
Anyway, yeah, thank you. And I'm just going to punch it, knock it back. I'm just going to pretend it's Lucy's face. And there you go.
Oh, a nice satisfying sound.
Yeah. Sprinkle some flour on the surface. Boom. And actually, I need to get rid of some of this stuff. So would you mind, I've got some, this is for the filling. I've got sugar. I've got cinnamon. Could you put them both in there and shake it up so that they're well mixed?
Can I sing Taylor Swift as I do it?
And now I'm going to roll this out long and like in a rectangular shape. And I want to get it as thin as I can. Now that isn't that thin because I don't have huge skills with a rolling pin.
Oh, and we should say the oven's preheated to 160.
It is rolled. It's long and thin. Do you want to have a look at how thick I've got it? If you can get it thinner than this, well done. And so I am going to rub the butter into the dough. And the way I do that is using my hands. It's effective, that's all I can say.
Why don't you melt it and brush it on?
Because it doesn't go on thick enough.
Okay.
I have done that actually, I've tried it. But this works better. And this might feel like you've got quite a lot and you've already covered it and you know, you've got enough to cover it more than once, but actually just keep it quite thick because if you have it too thin, then you just have dough and you don't have all the lovely oils from the butter and the same goes for the sugar. Now I'm going to roll it. This is the tricky bit, but it's not that tricky. Relax. You're making cinnamon rolls. People are going to love you. Doesn't matter if it doesn't look amazing. I'm going to start on this side. Over. There we go. And then I'm just going to lift it onto here. And then for this bit, you need a sharp knife. And you just want to cut it down the middle. precision baking. And as you see the lovely layers, I remember that I forgot to put in the almonds and the cranberries. Ah, so annoying. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll sprinkle them over at the end, so you'll still get them and it'll still look beautiful. So here we go. This bit is where I interweave the 2 strands of the dough.
That's beautiful.
And now I want to put it on the baking tray and I'm going to shape it in a wreath shape. Now, because this bit is thicker than these bits, it will cook more slowly. So I make sure that I put these bits together so that they make one big bit rather than 2 small bits, if that makes sense. I'm just going to put some of the remaining butter onto the wreath, and then, as if I never forgot, I'm just going to sprinkle these on top. Should be fine. And then I'll pop that in the oven for 20 minutes. While that 20 minutes happens, I'm just going to smell the smell of cinnamon and feel perfect, really. Words cannot describe.
Words fail me. Never happened before.
The pride. And it's doable. If you make the dough the night before, you can whiz this up. It takes 10 minutes to put together.
It's so impressive.
20 minutes in the oven and boom, perfection.
I'm impressed. It's hard to impress your sister, but you've impressed me.
It is. It's really hard to impress.
Delicious. What do you have for breakfast on Christmas morning? Do you go elaborate cinnamon wreath, or do you just go, you know, bowl of chocolate or Frosties or whatever?
Mince pie.
Mince pie is always good. And would love to know if you have any breakfast Christmas traditions. Please try the cinnamon wreath.
Yeah.
Shape it into whatever you want. Something Christmassy. Be elaborate. Would love to see the pictures. In the meantime, happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Snowmen in a jar.
Oh yes.
They exist. And our kids saw them on the internet and they begged us to make them for them. And being the kind of parents that we are, we said yes.